Hey guys, welcome back to Homestead Prepping and Survival. Well, still no egg from the older red hen I put over here, and no eggs from the teenagers, so I'll leave them there. I gotta take that milk crate down today, so I'll leave them locked up today. I let them out yesterday, so I let the babies out and filled their feeder up. As you can see, they're acting like they've never eaten, but either way, they're all doing really well. Had issues out that waterer yesterday. Where the hose screws on, it's got a little slight drip right there. I tried to tighten it and it actually came out. The threads aren't real good in it, so I don't know if they sell a better fitting for that or what, but my other one here, I've never had that problem with it. So I may find the older one I have got and take the fitting off of it. But either way, it's a little old tiny drip, so it's not going to matter a lot, but the babies are about half grown. They look good, nice and healthy. So I'm gonna go in here and check the eggs that the black tip hen is sitting on. And she's not gonna be happy about it, but I'm gonna slip my gloves on and do that, so I'll be right back. Well, as you can see, she didn't put up a fight today, but there's still only the 5 up under her. Did not get an egg from these other 3 females at all today. Did not get one yesterday, so I think it's official. They're all molting or trying to set, one of the two. Most of them are molting. So I'm gonna go in this pen and just get a better visual on their laying box, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing in here. Yep. I gotta get my drill out and take that milk crate down, and then I'm gonna let these babies run for a little while this evening, scratch and whatever they want to do, get a little exercise. As you know, 18 chickens in one pen, and it's only a 7 by 8, I think, or 7.5 by 8, something like that. So it's not that big. When they're little babies, okay, great, but the bigger they get, that's a lot for that size pen, or at least it looks like it to me. But anyway, they're enjoying scratching, so these aren't happy. They want out, but I'm not happy because they're not laying eggs, so let them fuss. And these want out, and the teenagers, the hens, are staying up on the roost more than they are down ever since I put that older hen in there, like they did when they were little. That rooster don't care. He'll come down here. But I guess they ain't matured quite enough. But my mower is giving me some problems, so I've got to check into getting some parts for it. And the choke cable had stuck, and I couldn't choke it with the little button you pull up. So I sprayed it with WD-40 3 or 4 days ago, and then when I went to use it yesterday, it actually freed back up, so that's fine. But it needed some oil, and it's time to change it and change the filter and all that anyway. And I went to check the oil in it. After I'd already checked and cut the front yard, I wanted to check it again before I finished. The handle off the dipstick broke, and I guess I got to find a Kubota dealer. But look at there. Now there's part of it, as you can see, part of the handle is still there. I just got to get it out so I can pull the dipstick out. But I don't want to run it unless I can check the oil in it, because I don't want to tear it up. 23 horsepower overhead valve Kubota. So we'll see. I've never had that happen before, and like I say, it's time to pressure wash it and change the oil and change the filter and clean the air filter, all of that anyway. So I'm just going to let it set until I can get a new dipstick and get a pressure washer out here and clean it up. And then I I need to check the condition of the blades. It's almost time, if not time, to buy new blades for it. So I did not finish. So I had the where I park in this side and all in the backyard right here already cut. And yesterday I finished the front yard. And then I text my son-in-law and my daughter that live a mile from me and asked them if I could borrow their mower. I mean, they borrowed mine when theirs was in the shop. So to finish, and I come home today and I know it's my daughter because my son-in-law was working. All I had left was the field over here, which takes about 20 to 30 minutes. And that corner back there by the fruit orchard is all I had left. So 30, 40 minutes max. She finished and weed eated. She weed eated all the way around the house and the buildings and finished cutting that grass. So that was a nice surprise when I got home. But anyway, looked like she cut the weeds that I had not pulled up from the kids' play area too. So that pine bark did not work as well as the wood chips I put in before. So I'll probably buy more wood chips and put in that play area when I get it framed back up, because that plastic is exposing and breaking up. Anyway, I do appreciate my daughter finishing that for me. Gotta walk out here and check on Sparky, his water, and I know his feeder's fine because I checked it yesterday. But he's had a little excitement today since my daughter evidently came over and cut the grass, or finished cutting the grass for me. So I'm gonna turn this on. She weed eated everything, and I hate weed eating, y'all. She sure as heck done it for me. Alright, water hose. I'm gonna dump it out because it looks like it's got grass clippings in it. Ain't that bad. Get it going. Let's see. Yeah, I got some more feed inside, so filling up his doghouse. I'll bring that feed out and it'll just about fill it back up. Then I'll have to buy another bag this weekend, I guess. He usually comes over and drinks a little bit when I fill it with fresh water. What, boy? What you licking my hand for? Huh? Go ahead. You put the hose down. Go ahead. Go ahead. Anyway, that was a good surprise, but I know it was my daughter. And she's got my mower and cut grass before when she was here, because she actually likes cutting grass. It's not my favorite thing to do, but she likes it. So I'm sure she's only working a couple of days a week. She's cut her hours back at work, so I'm sure she came over with my grandson and he rode on the mower with her. And I had already cut all of this up front. All I had left was from the edge of the house back on that field and the pine orchard, fruit orchard back here in the corner. So, but weed eated too, that's something else. Anyway, what is it? He's just playful. But either way, there you go. I may add a little bit more to this. Well, she didn't weed eat around the gas tank. I need to get out there with my machete and cut that old bush that's growing out both sides of it down. But everything else she did, which looks really good, because I only weed eat 2 or 3 times a year. It's a pain in the butt. But either way, look at the old stray boar cat. I still haven't fixed that faucet that's leaking. I keep forgetting to go to Lowe's and get a pack of washers. I've got a big variety pack here somewhere and I can't find them, so I'll just let it drip until I can get that. You see, I did move the tower before I cut grass last time and cut the weeds down that was growing there. It's going to take 2 people to put the bolts through. Let me come over here and show y'all. They're not quite lined up here. See, I got to close it another 3/8 of an inch or so. But I've got the bolts, so I need to get it put together the rest of the way and then slide these other sections together and get it bolted so I can actually stand the tower up. So it shouldn't be that bad if I get on the roof of the old building here, bring it up from out here, and then walk the bottom in as I stand it up there once I get the hole dug for it to pour concrete around it. And then I'll run a guy wire off of it, which it won't need it because it's a tower, but I'll run a guy wire off of it to one corner of the building here, so it's not out on the ground in the way, but that'll keep it from ever leaning toward the house no matter what. So, because that's where the power line is on this side, I don't want to take that chance. Better safe than sorry, as they say, but I'm so happy she finished my grass. I know it didn't take her long, but she loves her daddy and her daddy loves her, so she doesn't watch very many of the videos, but she does once in a while. Look at him. I'm gonna get that feed I've got in there out and go ahead and give him some more. He's got enough for another couple of days in there, but I just rake it forward and he'll eat a couple of mouthfuls and then go lay down or go play. Guys, the chickens are doing well. I've got the little plastic tote that I use as a brooder inside. I've got the feeder full. I'll fill up the water the day of they start hatching, but the light is there, so I don't have it on because it only takes about 30 minutes for it to warm up. But either way, I'll probably turn it on in the next day or so. Those eggs should be hatching within a week, and we're getting close either way. There's only 5. I wish I had more out of the 17 that were fertile, but I didn't, so can't argue about it. It is what it is. Rooster wasn't doing his job very well. But guys, I thank y'all so very much for watching the videos. I hope y'all are having a great week. This is the middle of the week for me, as I try to put out a video on Thursday mornings. So I know I put one out Monday morning and Tuesday morning, so you will get another one. Look, she even weed eated her. Some of this here where the old hose and stuff was. There was a yellow jacket nest in these weeds, and I poured a cup of gas on them things because it was them old guinea wasp things, and I don't like fooling with anything that might have bees in it, so I wasn't going to. It done got too thick. But now that she's done that, I may come out with a machete and cut this old privy down. This privy's only a year or so old, y'all. This stuff grows like crazy down here. But a bunch of old lumber that I was going to use to add on to this side of the barn, create the lean-to much bigger like I did the other side. So I've got to go through it, and she weed eated, so kind of like, all right, Daddy, go to work. I got to get all these boards, the screws and nails taken out of them, and go through them and see what I'm going to use, and go ahead and get this old one. See, I've got a shelf on it to store extra materials, pipe and boards and whatever. Get all that down, and I'm probably going to put one on the other side. But either way, I got to get that down so I can move it all and take it apart. And once I clean this up, I think I'm going to tear that smokehouse down and just throw it in the burn pile. I'll build another one. The concrete and all is going to stay there, so I'm actually going to leave it in that spot. But either way, the lean-to is going to come all the way out to the edge of it, and it may actually cover part of it. It's no big deal. It's a lean-to, so the smoke runs up there and ain't going to hurt anything. So lots of projects to do. You see there's a floodlight I've got on this end of it, and the deer are bad about coming back here in the old garden area. Let me see if I can zoom in for y'all to see that. I took the bulbs out because the deer keep setting it off all night long. I'll look out here and then they'll set it off, and then they'll run off and then come right back 5 minutes later and set it off again. And I just don't like that happening. So, and I actually had another floodlight on the back end of this, so it'd light up the whole fruit orchard and over toward the chickens and stuff. But that one didn't work right, so I took it down. But I'm going to run and put a light under the lean-to on this side, an actual light that I can turn on and off. And I'm probably going to put a floodlight on the back side of this here, so that it'll shine toward the chickens and the fruit orchard and all. That way, if something does start getting after my chickens, that light will come on and I'll be able to see what's going on. So, lots of things to do. I've already got the lights. I've already got everything I need to do it with. I just got to get the time to do it. And you see, I need to clean out from under this side of the lean-to. So I've got 2 empty cans on the back of my truck that I'll probably fill up this week. And I've got my old boat gas tank back there. I'm going to put some gas in it and add some oil. So that's for the weed eaters and the chainsaws and all of that. Any 2-cycle stuff. So I'll fill that back up just so I'll have it as well. And then, you know, I've got, let me count them. I've got 10 5-gallon jugs and 2 2.5-gallon jugs, plus the 6-gallon boat tank. And the mower is full, and I try to keep the generator full. The tractor holds about 8 gallons, but the glass bowl on it leaks really, really slow. And over a couple of months, it'll leak that. Whoops, I about dropped the camera. It'll leak my fuel out. So I want to address that and solve that leak before I fill that tank back up. So I'll wash that tank out and fill it all back up like I used to, keep it full. So if you add that 8, and then the lawnmower holds about 4 to 5, I can't remember. Generator holds 6, plus the 55 gallons that I keep over here in the cans. That'll get me by for a while. My truck, as y'all know, holds about 34 to 35 gallons total. I try to keep it at least half full. Since I don't drive it much, I'm going to be filling them both up just for the purpose of another place to store fuel that's safe. So anyway, I need to get this cleaned up, but I want to do the other side first. I don't have enough room for everything. So anywho, 18 minutes. I just looked down at the timer, y'all. I had already cut this back here, but looks like she made a few rounds around the burn pile. And she cut back there where my plow and my harrow and all that stuff is, back behind that big pile of bush there. If you look close, there's a little red, a big red planter there that we had a lemon tree in that ended up dying on me. But there was a cedar tree in the middle of that, and we boxed it in and filled it with good soil and had a lot of plants and stuff planted in it. Well, the cedar tree broke in a storm a couple of years ago, and I ended up cutting it off, and then I never planted anything. And guess what's growing like crazy in it? Privy, just like it does everywhere else, anywhere close to Southwest Georgia and East Alabama. Privy takes over everything. So I can't wait till winter gets here and the bushes start dying back a little bit, because I'm going to get ahead of this stuff this year. But either way, guys, look at my old cat. She's over there looking at something. Hope it ain't no snake. See if y'all can see her if I zoom in. She is actually about 30 yards away from me, maybe 35. Alright, guys. Well, my son-in-law came over and caught me cutting down that privy at the edge of the lean-to on the backside of the mini barn. He helped for a few minutes with his bush axe till he broke the handle, but anyway, when he left, I started putting this tower together. I bought more nuts and bolts, but I don't know where they are right this minute. But I'm missing one bolt on this section here, as you can see right there, and all the ones are in that section, and that's 30 feet, and it's hard to handle when you get 30 feet of this tower. I'm trying to put another 10 foot on, so I'm probably going to have help to go any further. I've been working on it for about 30-45 minutes, and I am soaking wet with sweat because the humidity is about 98% right now. Honestly, it's probably 94, 95, but whatever, feels like 100 to me. So anyway, trying to get that tower put together, and then I realized this last piece of tower doesn't have holes on that end, and looks like they took a sawzall when they took the tower down. The inside piece of pipe on this joint, but the top section is still there, and the nuts and bolts are still there, so I'll put new nuts and bolts in it once I get them out. But I got to get the little piece of pipe out of there, or just beat it further in. It doesn't really matter, because it's the same size, so it'll go on in. But either way, I got to get that moved before I put this together, and I'm gonna have to have a hand to put the 40-foot section on, or actually, yeah, and then the last section 50 to make it 50 feet. Can't do it by myself. It's a little too much for me to handle. It's getting heavy to pick up one end with one arm and try to line up the next section, and it doesn't want to line up exactly right, and I'll spin it one time and try again. That looks like the best match, so I think I can get it if I just had a helper. So I'll wait on that, see if my son-in-law can help me with it. Anyway, this is what I was doing. Told y'all I pushed a smokehouse over thinking it'd fall apart because it's been leaning, but when I built that thing 10 years ago or 8 years ago, whatever, I actually put some 2x in each corner inside. I just didn't put any diagonal support, so that's why it was leaning, but it fell over and stayed together completely. I mean, the lid I designed to just lay on top so you could pull it off, and easier to get bigger pieces of meat in and out. Also, I was working on the door, so no washiness in it or anything. I was amazed, but pushed it over thinking, well, I'll just throw it in the burn pile, build another one, and the doggone thing held together. So I just need to do a little touch up to it and put it back on top of the cold smoke section of the smoker that we built. So anyway, I've still got metal here. I've still got to go to my brother's and pick up metal that he gave me. But that privy had gotten huge and was a problem. So I started cutting it down with the machete, and then he got the bush axe out and broke his handle. It's actually right there in the pile. It was time for a new one, so we'll get him another one. Anyway, I just wanted to show y'all what I was doing, creating another mess that I've got to clean up and throw on that burn pile. Never finished dragging all that out. But either way, always starting something else before I get caught up. You know how it goes, or at least most people do. So I've got water line. I've already bought another 60 feet of 3/4 inch water line, and I've already got about probably 30 feet. So my original plan was to come off where I put that faucet at the corner of the chicken pen up here, and I left it stubbed out up under the ground right there, to come all the way back from there and just kind of curve out and come down the side of the mini barn right here to this corner, and I'm gonna put a faucet right there, because I'm gonna go stand right there and show y'all. Past this burn barrel and this privy and that little wood pile right there, that is actually where the garden was. All this space right back here is garden space, and I ran the chicken tractor, or the original chicken pens on skids. I ran it back and forth across here, back and forth for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years, and let them add nitrogen to the soil. And it's been plowed and planted several times, and we did pretty good in that garden. So adding all that chicken waste and stuff just gonna make the soil a little bit better. Once I get rabbits, that'll all get added to the garden as I get it to. Rabbit poop is really good because it doesn't burn your vegetables and stuff up like chicken will, or cow manure, all that is just too strong to put on there directly. So you have to kind of dilute it down. But rabbit poop is really good. You can run it through a coarse or medium type filter material and run water through it, let it soak, and you get all that rich nutrient water with this stuff from the rabbit poop, and you can pour that directly on your plants, the root system and all, and not hurt them. It's really good for it. And then they poop dry pellets, so it doesn't stink and it doesn't attract flies like chickens do. And it's really good to mix in with your compost and with your soil. So that's part of the reason why I want to start raising rabbits, because it's going to help my garden be even better long term. And then, I was talking with him about that big section there I told y'all where the cedar tree used to be that fell. That's Privy's taken over. One day I'll clean that out too. Hopefully. Not right now, maybe winter. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm going to cut that video somewhere in the middle and throw this in there. So it's going to be a little bit longer video than normal. But either way, guys, I'm steadily trying to do some stuff. You work 8-9 hour days plus in this heat in South Georgia, and it looks like there's a dark cloud rolling in, so we might get a little thunder shower this evening, which we have been getting some quite often here lately. So I'm gonna get off of here, get inside and cool off, and I'll work on this another day, because it's time to start tearing this down so I can get ready to rebuild it. And hopefully I can get my son-in-law or somebody to come out here and help me. I may do like I did this side and pay a guy that works with me to come out on the weekend. We built this basically in one day, me, him, and my nephew. So it can be done. If I get that side done, I can park the tractor and the backhoe on that side, and that leaves a lot more room up here for my lawnmower and tiller and generator and all that. And once I get that metal from my brother, my plan is to completely wrap this with metal and build a big set of double doors on this end so I can get stuff in and out if I need to. But anyway, just showing y'all, yeah, I'm behind on a whole lot of chores, but a little bit of progress. Got the tower going together. Once I get some help, I'll be able to finish that. And I got that Privy cut way back. Once I get the metal moved and stuff, I can get in there with a sawzall or a chainsaw or something and cut all that down and get it gone. Get the smoker repaired and stood back up on top from where I knocked it down a little while ago. But guys, like I've said in many other videos, take baby steps. Just try to do one thing. I don't care if you complete the job or not, as long as you're trying to make improvements, one little thing at a time. So this is a little thing for me of cleaning up this backside so I can get ready to tear this down and get the new one built. Well, I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I can hear the wind coming, and it hadn't quite got to the area where I am. I can see it on the trees further in, starting to blow. Almost sounds like a swarm of bees, but it's the wind starting to come through them trees. We're fixing to get a little shower. It's probably raining around me. See them pine trees moving way back there? Yep, breeze is picking up. So I'm gonna go inside and get out of this mess. Y'all be safe, have fun. Prepping should be fun. If it's work, nobody wants to do it. We'll see y'all in a little bit. Thanks for watching. That's the area she came out with a mouse one day. So the scuppling vine's still laying down where those posts fell over, and the grapevine's leaning really bad. So it's a lot to do, and I just can't wait till fall and early winter to where I can get out here and get more done. But I hope y'all have your plans and are working on your plans and getting things done. You know, people are talking about gas prices falling. Let me tell you something. I don't care. It don't matter to me. Local here at Murphy, across from Walmart in Americas, which is usually the cheapest place, is $3.09 a gallon. It's been there for 4 or 5 days. Really hoping it dropped just a little bit more, but I'm probably being greedy before I fill the cans up that I've got on my truck. Whatever. It is what it is. It's going to go back up. As soon as the crap finishes hitting the fan, you're going to end up with higher than it was 6-8 months ago. You're going to end up with some $4.50, $5 a gallon gas minimum. If World War III breaks out, which is still a if it breaks out, y'all, gas prices are going to go through the roof, and they're going to stay there for a while. And there ain't nothing anybody's going to be able to do about it, because they've already stopped all the oil production in the United States, and that's why we can't keep up with demand, and people have stopped driving so much, so that's helping the prices fall. But either way, they're going back up. Eventually people will get to normal with this $3 and $3.50 gallon gas, but that's not normal, y'all. This country is capable of producing more fuel and oil than it can use. And for us to be buying it from other countries for more than what we can produce it for ourselves is insanity. But that is Washington and Washington, D.C. The definition of insanity that someone needs to change it in the book one day. But either way, guys, I hope you're prepping. I appreciate y'all watching the videos. I'm going to get off here because I've done rambled on too far and too long. But I love y'all. I appreciate it. Really do, for y'all subscribing to the channel. Please remember that Jesus Christ loves you. So do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared. Sparky's down at the other end. I was trying to give y'all a closing shot of him. I see the cable bouncing, so I know he's down there doing something. Ah, of course. Doing his business. Right when I want to take a picture. Y'all be safe.